What's up, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and I'm back with another Unearthed Arcana Xanathar's Guide to Everything comparison. This time we're going to be dealing with the Path of the Zealot Barbarian. This one was a little bit interesting previously, and it's grown on me quite a bit with the updates to Xanathar, so let's go ahead and go through this. So, Divine Fury. At 3rd level, you channel Divine Fury when you start a rage. If you do so, you become cloaked in an aura of divine power that until your rage ends. At the end of each of your turns, for that duration, each creature within 5 feet of you takes damage equal to 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. This damage is necrotic or radiant. You choose the type of damage when you gain this feature. That has changed to now be Divine Fury up at the top here. While you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turns with a weapon attack takes extra damage equal to 1d6 plus your barbarian level. Or plus half your barbarian level. The extra damage is necrotic or radiant. You choose the type when you gain this feature. So previously, this was pretty powerful that at the end of your turns for the length of your rage, every creature within 5 feet of you took this 1d6 plus half your barbarian level in necrotic or radiant damage. Now it is, while you're raging, the first creature you hit on your turn with a weapon attack takes this damage. So it does still last the length of your rage, but it doesn't hit everybody, it hits one. The only benefit of this is the d6 of radiant or necrotic damage does double if you crit, because it is a die roll as part of a weapon attack. So in my mind, that should crit. So that's a little something extra. But probably a little bit more balanced. You were just tossing out a ton of free damage before. Warrior of the Gods. Your soul is marked for endless battle. If a spell would have the sole effect of restoring life to you, but not on death, the caster does not need any material components to cast the spell on you. And they sort of just clarify it here. If a spell such as Raise Dead has the sole effect of restoring you to life, but not on death, the caster does not need material components to cast the spell on you. 6 is Zealous Focus here in Unearthed Arcana. If you fail a saving throw while raging, you can instead succeed on the saving throw as a reaction. However, doing so immediately ends your rage, and you can't rage again until you finish a short or long rest. That was pretty ridiculous. Now, if you fail a saving throw while you're raging, you can re-roll it, but you must use the new roll, and you can only use this ability once per rage. So it's sort of like a fighter's use of Indomitable. It does work when you fail a save, so you do get to know that you failed it first. You have to take the new roll, but if you already failed it, what's the harm in that? And rather than ending your rage and shutting down your major class ability till you take a short or long rest, it's now only usable once per rage. Definitely a big benefit there. Zealous Presence. As an action, you howl in fury and unleash a battle cry infused with divine energy. Each ally within 60 feet of you gains advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. I believe that's more or less the same. As a bonus action... Was this an action before? As an action before. So as a bonus action, you unleash a battle cry infused with divine energy. Up to 10 other creatures of your choice within 60 feet that can hear you gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. Once you use this feature, you can't use it until you finish a long rest. Previously, it had no limit. It was every ally. Now it's 10. Within 60 feet, still 60 feet, and advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. Yep, so that's the same. It just now is a bonus action and only hits 10 people. Much better, I'd say. And lastly, Rage Beyond Death. I think this one's pretty much the same. While raging, having 0 hit points doesn't knock you unconscious. You still make death saving throws, and you still suffer the normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points. However, if you would die due to failed death saving throws, you don't die until your rage ends. This has been clarified because there's a lot of wording there that could be misconstrued. So, while raging, having 0 hit points does not knock you unconscious. You still make death saving throws, and you suffer the normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points. However, if you would die due to failed death saving throws, you don't die until your rage ends, and you die then only if you have 0 hit points. So that is a little bit of clarification. So again, you still suffer the normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points, which means that any melee attack within 5 feet of you is a automatic critical hit, which means you would take double damage, which would be 2 failed death saving throws. So it has its negative side effects. So if you would die due to failed death saving throws, you don't die until your rage ends. You still make death saving throws. If you would die due to failed death saving throws, you don't die until your rage ends, and then only if you still have 0 hit points. So basically, if they did enough damage to you, just basically hit you twice to basically be 4 failed death saves, you wouldn't die until your rage ends, whenever that is. And then again, they clarified if you still have 0 hit points. So you could be raging through this, and if you're a higher level barbarian where you've got persistent rage, where you could clear the whole combat and still continue to rage until your rage would normally end, someone can hit you with a heal, and then you don't die. Very powerful. I'm a big fan of this barbarian. I like it a lot. So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think of the updates to the path of the Zealot Barbarian. For the most part, a lot of the features remain unchanged. Clarification on the level 14 feature, adjusting the level 10 feature to be a bonus action. And then the level 3 feature, they just toned it down to not deal damage to everyone. It is now a single target that you hit, but it's as part of a weapon attack. So technically, its extra damage should be subject to critical hits. So that would be pretty cool. So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think, and I will be back next time where we're looking at the Bard subclasses. So I believe will be College of Glamour will be up first. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.